Hi, welcome everyone to this week's Office Hours Live. And with me, as always, I have Rakesh and David. Hi, guys.
Hiya.
If you're new to New Zenler, if you're new to the Facebook group, this is our weekly live show where we go through some of the things that have been happening on the New Zenler platform. We go through our education slot and we're here to answer your questions live. So if you're watching live or indeed on the replay, put in hashtag replay, let us know where you're watching from. We do have a global audience, and that's why every week we switch the time. So 10 a.m. In the UK today, 9 p.m. next week. We always start the show the same way. We give you the latest and greatest updates from New Zenler and let you know what the team and the techs have been working on. So I hand over to Rakesh for that. So Rakesh, if you're in a position to walk us through quickly the changelog, that would be brilliant.
Cool. Thanks, Kevin. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Cool. I'm just going to share my slide. Hope you guys can see my slide my screen as well.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, so thanks for everyone joining us on the live today and who is going to join on the replay later on. Yes, at New Zealand, we are constantly trying to refine the platform, constantly working on improvements. So some weeks we have big changes, some weeks we have a lot of minor changes. So, but we always are working on the platform. So every week, if you don't see a major announcement, doesn't mean we are not working on something, but we are constantly refining on improving platform, the speed of the platform, speed of the pages, all of that. It's constant. It's a constant process to be on top of all the little annoyances that you have. So if you go to bit.ly/nz changelog, you can see all the change logs. That's all the updates that has been going in that we ship weekly. So this particular one, we have lots of changes, but it's probably not of great significance to many of you. But the main thing that you are probably looking for is that now when someone has unsubscribed by mistake or whatever, you as an admin can resubscribe them. So if you go to here, if you go to the admin and if you go to your admin and if you edit the profile of a person, now you got a new status called email subscription status. And then you can change some subscribe to unsubscribe. You can unsubscribe it, and then you can then resubscribe it if you want. So make sure if you resubscribe the user, you have got the permissions to do that. And also, otherwise, it is not. You should have the consent to be able to resubscribe the user. So you have all of that right now. And also, we are going to add an ability where if a particular email has failed validation, you should be able to enable that to make that email good so that it still goes via Zenler mail. Yeah, I think so. And I think a lot of other changes. I think there's some issues with font pair, webinar theme. And also, I think this, while I'm seeing this webinar theme, so it's a lot of people have asked to bring back the simple theme that we had earlier, where you can easily create a webinar or live class without needing to go to every single page and then edit a lot of all of those pages. Yeah, so now we are bringing that back. Hopefully soon we will be able to add a simple way where without needing to change any of these templates themes, you can just do few clicks like previously, and you should be able to create webinars and live classes easily. And yeah, I think some changes around API, some changes around funnel commissions and assignments. We have been getting great feedback on assignments. Some changes have gone in on there. I think live classes, some changes, multiple currency, some changes, and so on. Yeah, I think some Stripe changes. Yeah, I think a lot of minor changes. There's no major one. Hopefully this week we will hopefully have a big huge update. So I think stay tuned. Over to you, Kevin.
Thanks, Rakesh. And just a quick reminder on the subscribe and unsubscribe. There are different rules and regulations around whether it's a lead that's coming in as a subscriber or a client, a paying client as a subscriber. So if you're not familiar with that, then go off and research GDPR and the spam cam regulations if you're in the US, and just fully understand that before you start resubscribing people in. But having the functionality to do that, because I know we get asked to do that, is phenomenally useful. So that's really, really good. So a couple of good mornings, one to Daisy from Belgium. So good to see you here, Daisy. Thanks for coming along. And one to Shelley. So good morning, Shelley. Good to see you both here. Remember, if you have any questions to ask the team, once we get through the education slot, we'll be looking at answering any of the questions that you may have. Now, if you are new to our group, and we're over 4,100 members in this group now, so it grows week on week, and this may be the first time you've really come in and had a look, there's some resources that we have for you. So starting off in the Facebook group, you can go along to the announcements tab, and there's a start here document, and you will find there's some useful links in there to help you to start navigating around what we have available for you. We also have our website. So this is where all of our tutorials go. So it's tutorial.newzenler.com. And we have lots of resources there, including our complete guide to Zenler that will help you get started if you're looking to start to build your Zenler site out. We also have a YouTube channel. So the YouTube channel is phenomenal. We have lots of a lot of the trainings and the Ask Zenlers that we do go in there first before they go anywhere else. So if you're a YouTuber, go over there and subscribe and like and get involved with the videos over there. It's a really powerful resource for you to see and get answers to what you're looking for. And all of that, of course, is with our compliments. It's free of charge. The team put a lot of effort into making sure that as new Zenler users, you get the best information possible to use the system, a really powerful system, to best effect. So go and have a look at all of those things if you're new to us, or even if you've been around a while but not yet really delved into what new Zenler can do for you. So let's move on then to the next phase of this. So the next part of what we do on Office Hours Live is we go through our education slot, and David heads that slot up for us. So he's going to take us through a few things this morning. So David, can I hand over to you, please, to take the education slot?
Yeah, cheers, Kevin. Hi, guys. Right, okay, so I'm going to take you through a few things that have been going on. Rakesh has already mentioned some of these things, but we got this video inside of youtube.com/c/Zenler. At the moment, we got 741 subscribers. So as Kevin said, we got over 4,000 on our group. So get across to here, sign up and hit the notification, because posts go on here first. So you're just staying in touch, and you've got all the videos down here. So we've got all the new feature releases. So you can have a look for all of these. They're quite short, most of them, and they're straight to the point as well. Now, also, we set up a video for Ask Zenler, which was run view only webinars. So I just want to run through that with you guys. You can see that on the YouTube channel, we have that video there. So you can watch that in detail. There's a few things I want to point out, because there's been a bit of confusion on the Facebook group about this. So I'm going to throw this slide up that we did here and go through the process. So once you set your webinar up and you've hit launch or you started your webinar, it's going to throw up your actual Zoom box. And under security, if you click here, the process that we're using here is to basically stop anyone from speaking or using their video, so their face doesn't pop up or anything. So by using this suspend participant activity, it locks the whole system down. Now, Zoom did that to actually just make it really secure and lock everything out. But we're using it to, first of all, block anything from happening, so we don't have to do individual settings. And then we can go and turn some of those back on. So once you hit the suspend activity, you're going to get a little box come up, click suspend, and then you'll go on to step 2. Now, what we need to do is, because it's locked down now, is we need to uncheck the lock meeting. Okay. So by unchecking that, if you leave that checked, people cannot get in to see you. Okay. Now, also remember, because you've locked it, you need to make sure you turn your video and your audio on. Otherwise, they won't see you and they won't hear you. So then step 3 is turn chat on. So if you want them to be able to chat, if you don't want them to be able to chat, don't turn it on. If you want them to be able to speak to you, then you can do unmute themselves. So they're allowed to unmute themselves. So what we're doing in step 3 is we're basically letting them chat, and that is all. So they'll pop up, but they'll be just in chat mode, be able to chat. Now you can also click in here. I've got this unchecked in here, hide profile pictures. But if you uncheck that, it will show their profile pictures. So then their name won't come up. So it'll just show their little, if they've got an image, their little image will come up. So again, you can turn off enable waiting room if you want them to go straight in. Now, do remember another thing is you start the video 15 minutes before you're going to launch, before they're going to get into the actual meeting with you. So you've got 15 minutes to do this. This takes 10 seconds. Definitely, we've said about you should do a dry run and you should test this with maybe some friends or other people on the Facebook group that might be helping you. Definitely test it, test everything works and you're seeing everything. As always, we say at Zenler, you should test everything. You should test your courses, your memberships, your pages, in mobiles, in tablets. It's really important. But that is it. These 3 steps will basically open it up so that they can just chat. If you want them to be able to unmute themselves or put their video, then you just check those things on. If you want them to be able to share the screen with you, you just make sure you click that and turn that on. So it's as simple as that. So that is the run view only webinars. So I just want to...
Can I add something here, David?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I think just one more thing is I think the steps are very simple. You just need to do suspend activity and then make sure you uncheck lock meeting and then turn the chat on. But to be able to do all of these, you need to be able to be on the latest version of Zoom. So make sure you go to your Zoom local client and update it to the latest version of Zoom. Otherwise, you will not see any of these menus.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually inside the video on the YouTube channel, I actually show you how to upgrade as well. So it's even got the upgrading in there because I was on the lower version. So I did the upgrade and did that into the video as well. So I even show that. It's really easy. Just go to update and then it just go boop, and just do it automatically. Really easy to do.
Yeah, I think one more thing is a lot of people asked us whether we can hide the number of participants menu, but currently there is no way to do that. The number of participants will still show on the webinar.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's about it, isn't it, Rakesh? I think we've covered
that's it. Yeah.
Brilliant. All right. So moving on now, we're going to go to our tutorial.newzenler.com site. So tutorials.newzenler.com. In there, you know, guys, if you've been doing these office hours, that you need to go to Ask Zenler and you're going to get all those help files. But also inside here, I put the live workshop form. So I'm getting quite a few entries. So we're going to sort those and then start sorting out lives. But I need more. So guys, if you want to attend one of our live workshops, make sure that you fill this form out here and just go through that. And that will sort you out. Right. So moving on to the masterclass bundle here, I've set up a few things in here. So if we go to the course, and by the way, you should have all automatically been enrolled into this course. So if you log into tutorials.com, tutorials.newzenler.com, and then you go to my courses, you should see this NZ masterclass bundle. So in here, you know, you've got the complete guide that covers everything, and I'm adding more stuff to it. So there's new workshops popping up, but inside here now we've got quick guide, live workshops, and we've got ninja tricks. Now I've started the quick start guide. So in here, you're going to see, this is really just basic stuff. So it's just setting the site up and setting up your first course. It goes hand in hand with what Kevin's doing with his challenges. So he can use this as a reference as well. So it's going to help all of us. So I started this already. You can see we've got the basically getting prepared section. Then we're going to go straight into a quick tour of Zenler, which I've done. And then we're going to be doing setting up your first site and setting up your first course. And then I'm going to talk about Pro and Premium. Okay. So that's done. Now I've also gone into started the advanced ninja tricks. This is not supported, so you do any of these at your own risk. We've done this to help more developers and people that are a bit more advanced with actually playing around with code and stuff. But this has been started. So I've started the introduction. The first module is going to be on CSS, and then I'm going to break into HTML and JavaScript and then combining. But guys, if you're newbie and you don't like code and you don't want to get into this kind of techie side of things, stay away from this course because it does get more advanced. I'm not going to go mad with it. You know, I'm not doing programming or anything. It's just basic stuff, but for me, guys, stay away from it. If it scares you thinking about coding in any way, stay away from it. All right, Kevin, I think that's about it. So back over to you.
Thanks, David. A quick question regarding the webinars. Have you put those slides into your main course?
When we do the
3 slides, have you added them into the main training course, the masterclass bundle?
Yes. Yep. They're in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I've got a few more to put in there because I've been working on like 2 courses at the same time and then trying to set that form up. So there's a few on the YouTube channel that I need to take across and put into the complete guide. But big updates like that I've put in there with the handout sheet. Well,
yeah, I think the handout sheet is also on the YouTube, below the YouTube video as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So just to remind you, David's course there is the complete guide to using New Zenler without needing to code anything. So if you're not a web developer, if you're someone that has a skill that you just want to teach and use the platform to do that, that's the place to go and find. So I'm going to ask David now to actually share his screen. And he's not prepared for this, so he has no idea what I'm going to say. But when I looked at this, I thought, you know what, if I was new to this type of platform, I'd look at that course and I'd probably find it a bit scary because there's a lot there, because New Zenler has a lot of features. Now, you won't need all of those for your courses. To create a site, you don't need to use every single thing that is available in New Zenler. So, David, can you just give us a quick overview that if somebody's looking for something, so for example, if I was new and I wanted to set up my first sales page and I was in your course, how quick and easy is it to find that information?
Yeah, as long as I've keyworded it in here, which I should have, we should be able to find it quite quickly. There's a quick finder guide here. So if I put sales and I hit OK, then I scroll down, anything with sales, there we go, sales page.
Brilliant. So what I really want to demonstrate is that even though it's a long course and New Zenler has a lot of features, it's actually really easy to find what you're looking for within that course. So don't be frightened by how long it is. You haven't got to go through it necessarily in order. You can do it in the bits that you're looking for. Now, when you start with New Zenler and you have to, create your first course, pops up automatically when you log in. It actually guides you through anyway a lot of the steps that you need to do. This is going to support you doing that. So as when you create your course, it creates your 4 pages and all of those wonderful things already, and it will tell you what you need to do. If you get stuck, this is really where you go to find the answer. And it should be in here. If it's not in here,
I think, Kevin, the other thing is that's the whole kind of point around when I looked at this course. I try and imagine it like I was back when I first started, and I was looking at it, I was going, God, that's going to really scare people. And that's the reason that I'm doing the quick start guide, because the quick start guide is going to be just straight to the point. At that point, when you finish that, which shouldn't take you more than 2 hours, 3 hours, if you've got your content and your images already done, which is the hard part, then to actually use Zenler is the quick part. So once you've done that quick start guide, which I like to say should take you about 2 hours, then once you've done that, you can jump into this and use it as a reference tool. You might want to work your way through it all. More advanced users will use that search facility within there, and intermediate users might well use that as well. But that's why we're trying to make the whole thing gel together. So you've got the quick start guide, so your head's not spinning, and then you can go straight into the complete guide. And if you're a real pro, you could go into ninja tricks and those kind of things, but you don't need to. The whole point of Zenler is it's a really easy system to use, but it's also very powerful back end. So that's the ethos behind it.
Yeah, I think there is a quick start guide already, right? David, I think the new one is going to replace the current one then, right?
There is, yeah. We have the quick start guide that's already in here, which is down here, but it's old. It's dated now, and this one that I'm doing should be better.
So we're going to have the quick start guide. We're going to have the launch your first course challenge, which is for somebody that's never actually created and put a course out there. So those are going to be there that walk you through step by step. And then we've, of course, got the big course, which helps you fill in the gaps or anything that you might be stuck on. We've also got the Facebook group, of course, and this is where you're watching this office hours. The Facebook group isn't there for technical support. If you've got something that's actually just not working and you can't find the answer in the tutorial site or on YouTube, then you can always put a request into support@zenler.com email. That will then create a ticket, because there might be an issue going on that we're unaware of. This creates a ticket, and then the techs can track it and sort it if they need to. If it's something easy, you'll get notified real quick. You should get an email back within a minute or two of submitting that email to say, this is your ticket number, the team have got this. You can then just forget about it and leave it to it. The support team are really, really responsive. So they've dealt with it. If you don't get that ticket back, you've probably put the wrong email address in. It's as simple as that. So just make sure you get that reply back, then it's submitted. We can track it, deal with the issue, and correspond with you as we need to get your problem sorted as quickly as possible. The Facebook group's great for support and ideas. Of course, if you want to ask other types of questions or for feedback, by all means, use it to collaborate and to talk with other course creators. Especially if you're new, you might have some other types of questions. So that's really useful. Just a couple of hello. So Shelley's still here and she's really enjoying the complete guide, and she's been with us since August 19, and she said it's a really good addition. And Shelley's not new to creating courses. Hop onto the YouTube channel and look at the pro user interview I did with Shelley, and you'll find out that she's been training and teaching courses for quite some time. So that's quite a compliment from Shelley. And saying good morning, there is only one contact me blog. Is there a way to add fields to this?
Hey, good morning, Anne. There is only one block, and there is no way to add fields to the contact form. But yeah, we will expand that later on. As of now, no. As of now, there is no way to add. You can only add fields to the checkout form. That's about it. But you should be able to. What you could also do, you could replace that contact me form with the actual form, and then you could save that data onto the platform. But it won't send an email to you. So that's an alternative.
Cool. Hopefully that answers your question, Anne, but really good to see you here, and thank you for your question. Okay, so where are we? We're heading on for 1:30, so it's time to start wrapping up. Remember, next week we're going to be at 9 p.m. GMT, so we do alternate and switch each Monday, so we capture hopefully most people within a fortnight to be able to come on live and ask any questions they may have. If you're watching the replay, just put in #replay and let us know where you are watching from. It's always great to see. Anne says thanks for that, so you're very welcome. I don't think I have anything else for this week, actually. Right now. So guys, unless you've got anything that you want to mention, how are we getting on with the blogs, Rakesh? I know I've got to ask you every week.
Yeah, I can't reveal more about that, Kevin. So yeah, hopefully soon. Yeah, so we are I think we are kind of almost dev complete on blogs, so we are getting into QA phase. So hopefully soon. I don't have a date as always, but hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon. Cool. Okay. So that's good. Thank you everyone for coming along, guys. Unless you've got anything else you want to add this week.
No, just maybe just make sure you join the YouTube, subscribe to YouTube. So that's youtube.com/c/Zenler.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you'll get the things in there. If you've got a specific ask and you can't find the answer somewhere, then put it into the group, put hashtag Ask Zenler on it, and that will know, or tag David in it, and that will notify him that that's the type of thing. Now, if we've already got one, we'll point you in that direction. But sometimes new things come up, and it gives us something to focus on as a use case. Because sometimes we can't just quite connect the dots as to how that bit should work and give us the result we're looking for. So by all means, do that. I'm done for this week. So thank you everyone for coming along. Look forward to seeing you next week at 9 p.m. And for me, it's goodbye. And guys, thanks everyone. And we'ks see you next week.
See you later, guys.
See you later. Bye-bye.